Hey everyone, Dave here. Um, just got this idea a couple minutes ago, and I thought I would make a video about it. Kind of a book, music, cultural history kind of crossover thing. So I wanted to talk about a musical group, but also member of the kind of hippie generation. Very San Francisco. Um, you know, Maybe an early influencer, I guess you could maybe call him. He was like a college professor and I guess kind of full time student, as it were. And he would give little lectures, kind of melding Eastern philosophy with maybe Western philosophy, a little bit of Christianity, a little bit of Buddhism, Taoism, uh, those kinds of things. And just, kind of self help, kind of positive encouragement kind of person. Um, and then led a band of hippies out east from San Francisco to Tennessee and started a commune there called the Farm, led by a man named Stephen Gaskin. Um, I believe the Farm is still operating there in Tennessee. I don't remember the city offhand, but the interesting thing about Stephen Gaskin, here's an older photo of him there in the glasses. There he is, chatting up a whole bunch of, counterculture, kind of San Franciscan hippies there. Um, what's interesting about it is, kind of took this whole back to the land philosophy thing, which was kind of going on, more agrarian kind of things, in addition to kind of starting this commune and, animal husbandry, midwifery, farming and cooking and whatnot. A number of people who joined the farm started a band. And I'd like to talk about this band. But first, I just kind of wanted to show you some books that I have of Stephen Gaskin. I'm not really sure of the order of them. Actually, I kind of am. So this first one here, Monday Night Class. It's basically just transcripts from a couple of his little lectures that he gave. Um, and he'll use, kind of the terminology of the day, things like you dig, oh, that's really boss, or, little hippieisms. It's kind of fun, and once you get past that, I mean, I don't think he's really breaking any new ground, you know, but just good, positive, affirmative things and just how we all deal with ourselves in the world. Um, for instance, okay, there's like a question and answer section here. Someone asks him the question, how do you deal with an attachment to an attachment? He says, the classic case of that is like writers who don't want to get straight because they feel if they get straight, they won't be able to write anymore. That's a really classic trip. It's also really wrong. Hang-ups don't help us function any better. It's just that attachments to attachments are BS, and you let them go, whatever they are. So, just a lot of things like that, hang-ups and just, you dig, oh, I'm hip to that kind of thing. Just all that lingo that's just really, it's fun. Maybe today it's a little cliched, but, it's well-meaning and good stuff. There's another one as well. I think it's called the Caravan. So this logo on here, I believe, is just like their little logo that they came up with, which we'll see here in a minute. So yeah, Monday Night Class. This other one, which is kind of just a little collection of quotes from Stephen Gaskin. It's called this season's people. See right there. There's kind of a variation on the logo there. The Earth. Kind of cool. Just, and again, just little statements, a couple of, not even essays, just like a paragraph here, a paragraph there, or just, the little sentence, us all together is heavier than any one of us by ourselves. I mean, indeed, that's true. Or another, to forgive somebody, you've got to come and place your value in the real world, where the action is. You can't have all your value in your head, or your memory, or what you think you are, or how you can think someone treated you. You can say, look, let's just write all that off. We know we really love one another, and just go on ahead. Just positive things. A good man transcends his discipline. If he's a good man, he'll transmit goodness out of his heart. Pretty universal stuff. Again, maybe not so groundbreaking, but, just pretty universal stuff. I wouldn't say go looking for these books for any new spiritual awakening or enlightenment, but just things to just be like, that makes sense. I can agree with that. This one came out, I think, in 2000. It's called An Outlaw in My Heart, a Political Activist's User's Manual. And it's interesting because he kind of uses it as a political platform. I don't know if he was a strong contender to be a candidate in 2000. But it's, again, just interesting to hear that kind of old hippie voice kind of promoting, well, just various things he believes in. Talking about animal rights or the environment or, campaign finance and political office reforms. Some fairly practical stuff in here, nothing too extreme, none of that, take all the guns away, nothing like that. Okay, like with regard to the environment, I hope it's not too mystical for people to know that I think that the Earth and its inhabitants are a great biological system. And if you harm any part of it, you harm the whole thing. Hard to argue with that. So those are the books. Again, really kind of fun if you can find them. I had to kind of scour Amazon to find them used. Cheers to you. But just fun, just kind of good old tie-dye wisdom. That's what we'll call it, tie-dye wisdom. But with regard to the Farm Band, or sometimes known as the Tennessee Farm Band, or Stephen and the Farm Band, they released 4 albums from, I think, like 72 to 77, I believe. Real good if you're into jam band kind of stuff, kind of roots rock, just good 70s music. Like Bob Dylan and the band kind of thing. They're from San Francisco, so you got that sort of San Francisco sound going on. If you're a Grateful Dead fan, I think you'd really get into this. Some Allman Brothers kind of thing, a little bit of Southern rock thing going on here. So this first album is just called The Farm Band. There's that logo again. And this is a double album. Really cool. Bunch of photos there of all the members. Opens up this really, really cool gatefold with everyone sitting out there in a field, you know. The lyrics are there, which is, I love that the lyrics are there. Was it like nine member band or something? There's a quote here from Stephen Gaskin. Sometimes when we come together, we just sit quietly. Sometimes we talk. And sometimes we make music. But what we come together for is communion. You know, just good, positive, good vibes, good positive vibes, you know. Really good stuff. They open the album chanting Om. It's done very well, really well done. Just good, positive lyrics, you know. Not a lot of songs. What is it, 5, 7, like 8 songs? One song just takes up, you know, all of side 4 in this double album. I really recommend this. It has been reissued on CD, if anyone is listening to music on CDs now. I'm not sure what their streamable availability is. I haven't even looked, but it is worth seeking out if you can find it. If you can find it on LP, do it. This is actually a reissue on Karma, the Karma label. See that there? I love the Karma label. They reissue all kinds of really cool, obscure, lesser-known stuff. So, you find it, look it up. I found all of these on Discogs. There was a seller who was very fair and excited that I was picking them up, which was like, you know, just one of those moments where it's like, oh, okay, great. Like, oh, no, yeah, take these. I'm so excited for you to have these. I need to pass them on. Gosh, I think I got my order all mixed up here. But you know what? I don't think it really matters, the order. They're all very, very consistent. Really nothing too different. You know, if you like I said, that kind of Southern rock, jam band, roots rock sound, I mean, you'll really like all of them. This next one here, I just happened to grab it on top. It's called Communion. All the band members there. The debut is the only double album. All these others are just single LPs. You know, side 2 is made up of the Hot Tofu medley, which is fun. And again, you know, the musicianship is so good on all of these albums. They really are. These guys are so talented. You know, not just, oh, you know, I feel like taking my band of hippies all the way from San Francisco out to Tennessee, and oh yeah, we'll make music too. No, I mean, these are skilled musicians, very skilled musicians. Another one here, Up in Your Thing. There's Stephen Gaskin right there. This one is credited to Stephen and the Farm Band. Back there, we've got more lyrics, one of their buses. I believe there is a variation of this album cover that is in color. I wouldn't mind finding it, but I think I'm okay if I don't. And I, you know, again, I love that they put the lyrics on here. I mean, there's a song called Hey Beatnik. I mean, that's great, you know. Yeah, man, don't hassle us, man. This last one by the Farm Band, and again, Probably got the order all mixed up. This one is called High on the Rim of the Nashville Basin. You can see the word high up in there in the clouds on the rim. Really cool artwork and really great photo. I love this back cover. Although this one does not have the lyrics. I think this is the only one. Nope, that's a lie. So 2 of these albums have their lyrics printed on here, and 2 of them don't. But that's okay. But yeah, really great artwork. Just, I really feel like they really went all out for the artwork with this one. High on the Rim of the Nashville Basin. Really, really cool stuff. And then what I was able to find was some of Stephen Gaskin's lectures that he would give. I came across this record. It's called, I think it's just called From the Great Western Tour. Stephen speaking to Little Rock, St. Louis, Tucson, San Diego, LA, Austin, Salt Lake, and Kansas City. Returning spiritual experience to the people. Another double LP, and it's just him going on about his various subjects that he is interested in and wants to inspire people toward. It says on the bottom here, in Tennessee every year the crickets come out. And when the crickets start happening, we say, hey man, that's the crickets. We don't say what crickets or this generation. We say it's the crickets. It's obvious, man. It's the crickets. And we're just like that, you know? We are the people. We are this season's people. And we're coming of age. And if we don't pick it up, it won't get picked up. Kind of echoing again this season's people from the other book. And I haven't listened to this thing all the way through yet. I've gotten through about half of it. I do wish it was like a gatefold sleeve, but it's not. It's just a single sleeve, but it's a double LP. Gives a little bit of a description of where he was, who he was. You know, Stephen is a beatnik spiritual teacher who emerged from the recent planetary homecoming shenanigans, sometimes referred to as the psychedelic revolution. This miraculous era has already unfolded a generation of visionary flower children, inspired the sudden appearance of literally miles of hair, and altered the consciousness of mankind. I mean, again, if you're into that period of history, I mean, just more stuff that'll be right up your alley. The Great Western Tour brought Stephen and the band to 13 cities in the western states between September 5th and October 17th, 1973. The concerts are always free. And that's just really cool, you know, keeping to the whole kind of hippie aesthetic, you know. So yeah, I definitely recommend the music. Check it out if you can. Seek it out any way you can. Get copies of it. And if anyone has heard of them, let me know. Did anyone ever see the Farm Band perform? Did they ever see Stephen Gaskin give a lecture? Let me know. I would love to hear stories. I would love to hear anything that anyone knows about Stephen and the Farm Band. And with that in mind, thanks for hanging out.